Hello, humans of YouTubelandia. It is I, Jasmine. Howdy, children. Today is the day that I finally glow up. This video technically spans over 1 1/4 of a day, but I didn't do the whole spiel bang peel thing. I would call this more of a minimalist-ish glow up, if you will. The biggest point of this video should be in the title of the thumbnail somewhere, which is the piercings. And for those of you who clicked on it for the piercings, I will go into depth, shall we? So, on the night before, I dragged my older brother and my little sister and we went to get pedicures. I got this really cute sage green pale color. It's totally like super cute. I don't know how, for some odd reason, I always get stuck with an old man doing my feet when I go to get a pedicure. Can we say foot fetish? You guys, my man wasn't even wearing gloves. He did my feet raw. He did it with his bare hands. After he was pretty much done painting my nails, this man wiped off one of my toenails and redid the whole thing. There are some conspiracy theories floating around that he just wanted to linger. He wanted me to sit in the chair for longer and he just wanted to creep. He just wanted to be a creepy old man. And I don't know if it's true, but I hope it ain't. But regardless of that, he did a pretty good job. This was my first time getting a pedicure where they did hot stone, hot rock massage. And then they used some odd looking hot steam towel. Which was very interesting experience. I love to try new things, That was definitely something. The whole time in the group chat, my sister was just talking about how freaking hot the freaking junk was. Thankfully, my stones were not burn worthy. That poor baby. That poor baby. Moving on to day 2. This was the horrid day that I made a grave mistake. This was the day that I got my nip-nop pierced. Nip-nops. Both. In the same go. I'm a thug, I know. So, to set the tone of the day, to start it off right, I showed you guys my alternative girl outfits, which is something that I usually wear with fishnets under giant ripped jeans, but I forgot the fishnets today. The outfit was still cute regardless. It was. I ordered the jeans way too big because I wanted them to be oversized. So I did this very ghetto, but still very visco, and hack to tighten my jean things. I bought this sports bra from Aerie the day before, which I did not even think to film. I'm sorry. I'm a failure. I thought it would be good for me to wear, something kind of loose for when I'm getting these piercings, because I was not trying to die from the piercings and then die from the brows. And then I did something very rare. I did my makeup. All I did was my eyes and my eyebrows because I don't like wearing makeup. I don't even own foundation or anything other than eyebrows and eyes. So I tried the fox eye. I think that's what the kids call it today. And I made my eyebrow blue, just to test waters. That was interesting. And it might be here to stay. It might be here to stay. I put a notch in my eyebrow. I used to have one from age like 16 to 19. I couldn't find my razor to put an actual notch in my eyebrow again. So I just used concealer over my eyebrow and hoped that nobody could tell. Then I took you guys on a hike to my kitchen where I could barely eat anything because I was so freaking nervous. So I moved my ponytail because I look like a full-blown oaf. According to my watch, it's like 4:20 something and it's getting closer. My friend is supposed to pick me up at 5. I'm scared, like I'm nervous, but I'm not as nervous as I probably should be, and I think that's a good thing. Only ate half of a pork chop and a small cup of juice. I freaking love juice. I don't know why people make it seem like juice is only for kids. I'm 21. I love juice. Then I took you guys in my room while we waited for my friend to pick me up so we can drive and go get stabbed. Here's these awkward clips of me with the nervous jitters. And here is me in the car on the way to get pierced. Freaking out on the inside, freaking out. Afterwards, I gave you guys a quick rundown of how it went. I know this angle looks super spooky and my face is like really dark. I'm recording on my phone. I wasn't gonna record because sis needs to sit down somewhere. But I'm gonna give y'all the raw, the real on the piercing while still fresh. I just got home. It's like a 30-minute drive from the piercing shop home. At the moment, they don't really hurt. After you get a piercing, it does ache and it does like sting a little bit. Out of a 10, when I was getting it, it's probably like a 5. But beware, during the middle, it was like a 7 for a split second, but it goes away. So like, it was a solid freaking 5 for me, for both. I was like freaking out. Like, I never say anything during my piercing, but I was like, oh my gosh, ah! I did say that. So I did grunt a little bit during it. Don't let that scare you, because guess what? I got them done. When I first sat down, she marked me out, she cleaned it, she was lined up, she was getting ready to pierce it. She was like, are you ready? But my anxiety kept having me go in circles, so I couldn't do it. I felt bad. I've never punked out of a piercing like that. So I told my friend, if you go first, I'll force myself to do it. And that's exactly what happened. She lied to me. She said it didn't hurt. But then after I got mine done, she told me the real. She said, oh, that junk freaking hurt. I've seen some people online say that it was the worst pain ever. Nowhere near. I had my rook done. It's just a little bit more painful than the classic helix for me. So then you take that little bit more for the rook and you add a little bit more for the nipple. Like, the way it looked in my head when she was going through it kind of just felt like somebody was pulling my nipple. It wasn't cute, but it wasn't that bad. Like, my nipple was kind of numb. Get that junk if you want it. But be warned. So that basically was the end of my glow up day. I'm a very simple chick. And as you can see now, I have glowed down. I have glowed down. I have glowed down. The next day, I went out with my little friend, and we went and got Asian food. I freaking love Asian, bro. That's my favorite type of food on the freaking planet face of the earth. So that's the end of my little 24 point whatever of a day of glow up. Now for those of you who want to know more about the nip knob, here we go. Yes, it was a 5 for the piercing for me. It was a 7 going through the middle. Like, when she first started putting the needle in, I was like, oh, I got this. I'm gonna be one of those people who say it doesn't hurt, but then it kept going. I've never grunted or said anything while getting a piercing, but I did for both. This was piercing number 12 and 13, if that means anything to you. I can see why people say it's the most painful piercing, but it wasn't the worst pain in the world for me, and it wasn't a 10 out of 10 for me. And I went with my friend, and it wasn't the worst pain in the world for her. She pretty much had the same exact experience as I did, actually. Also in the video I said it felt like my nipple was being dragged or something. It felt like when you get an ear piercing, it's quick. Or like any other piercing, it's quick, it's over, it's done. With my nipple, it took her a while to get the needle through it. It felt like the needle was kind of dragging my skin. It kind of felt like the nipple was like being dragged along by the needle. Also, she pierced us with a 12 gauge needle. If you don't know, nipple piercings are done with a 14 gauge. They can be done at a 12. I don't know why she did it at a 12. She didn't ask me if I wanted it done at a 12. She just did it. That was a thick needle. Like, I saw it. It was thick. When I got home that night, I took 1 ibuprofen because my junks were throbbing and burning. But after that, there was no pain, just like any other piercing. Can't sleep on my stomach, unfortunately, because that's how I usually sleep. I sleep on my side like this. It hurts my back, but you know, gotta do what you gotta do. That is how the nip knops went. Thank you for watching to the end of my glow up nip knot piercing video. This is your girl Jazz, and I'm out. Get out my room.